Console lost her body parts decades ago and was told she would never ever find a lover. But then a man named Paul came from heaven. They fell in love and they were in a relationship for a long time and later got married, then produced 3 children. Today, the couple shares with us their life story. The truth about life is that it's not going to be a cakewalk all the time. There'll be hard times and heartbreaks. Hard times can last a week, a month, a year, or even more than that. And all we have to do in life is keep fighting and never ever give up.
Nitwa Mukakarisa Console.
Twavuga Imana Paul. Navutse muri 82. Ndi umupapa w'abana batatu.
Paul is the husband to Console. He says they met a couple of years ago, back in 2006, and fell in love. It was a difficult time for the man, as during that time he became a topic in the area where everyone could ask how he dare fell in love with this woman.
Turakundana mu buzima busanzwe nkuko n'undi wese ashobora gukundana, ariko abantu ntabwo bigeze babyishimira kuko yari afite ubumuga kandi nanjye nabonaga.
The 39-year-old Paul says he faced a lot of discouragement, that he even never likes to recall all his past struggles in the relationship. He says he was against the world. In this village, women don't have other jobs. All they do is remaining home, doing home activities and raising their children. People would say a woman like Console who cannot even wash clothes is useless and blah blah blah. He says he fell in love when he could see clearly that this woman was disabled, but that was never going to stop him from loving her. Since Paul resisted and kept loving this woman, he somehow became an enemy to those who advised him to reject the girl, mostly family members who never wanted to see this wife in their family. A lot of people never wanted Paul to get married to Console, but Paul could not reverse his decisions but increase his love to the wife. Time came, they got married. They had themselves a beautiful wedding to remember, and later were blessed with 3 children. Paul advises people to respect and value others equally, not caring that one has a deformity or disability. As he knows that no one knows tomorrow, he adds that what if someone who is disrespecting someone loses one of their body parts? Are they going to be happy when someone treats them differently? He says this bad habit should stop and people should treat each other equally no matter how one was born or how one looks. Console is the wife to Paul. She says she was born normal and lost her limbs during the 1994 genocide against Tutsi. She then had to spend 2 years in the hospital and later recovered.
Namuga amaboko yombi yaramaze gucika. Numvaga ntazi uburyo kinzabaho, numvaga ntazi ubuzima uko bumeze. Nta data mfite, nsigaranye mama.
Having lived a life with both limbs functioning well, she says moving on and accepting the fact that she was left without hands became a big problem. She could wonder how she would survive the rest of her life. She could see life was getting meaningless. She then lost hope. But as time went by, she could see that there is nothing else she can change, as she had to first develop a sense of self-confidence. This took too long, but slowly by slowly, Console believed in herself.
Ubwo igihe cyaje kugera nkundana n'uyu mugabo. Umugabo twarakundanye kuva 2006, twashakanye 2010.
The relationship journey was always difficult, but she thanks the husband for being there and being a hero and kept loving her. There is when the woman thought it was over and she was going to be dumped. But the man was not such a bad person to listen to people's nonsense. Whenever the mother of 3 heard all what people said, this made her cry and lock herself inside the house the whole day, avoiding being hurt.
Imana yafatanyije burya nta n'ugitandukanye. Twaciye mu nzira nyinshi ziteye agahinda, ziteye iki, hahandi umwe yavugaga atariko ibi nabivuyemo, ndatariko ibi nabivuyemo, ariko kubera y'Imana ntago byigeze bikunda. Ahubwo ibyo bintu byaduhaga imbaraga zo gukomeza gukundana, ubwo bavuga ahubwo bakaduha avantage yo kongera urukundo.
She says by when they almost thought of giving up, something inside them would burn and make them keep loving the other much more than they did before.
Tubaho nta n'utugera mu rugo kubera ko twari tumeze nk'ibicibwa, twari tumeze nk'abantu bacumuye.
The woman says after getting married, they spent many years without being visited by any of their friends or relatives. To her, it's like they were rejected or abandoned by the society. And this did not come to an end, as the situation is still the same up to this present day. They still have people who discourage them, but at this point, people are too late, and the good part of this is that due to the way they kept being one, supporting each other as they can, this made some people change their perspective on how they considered disabled people. They are teaching the society to treat people the same way. She thinks the main reason why people told her words like, "The man is lying to you," or "How can someone who has no any body deformity fall in love with a person like you?" They could tell her not to trust the man, but she later realized it was jealousy, as those were girls who were getting older but never got someone to marry them. She has a message to give people facing such problems she faced in her relationship.
Icyo nshobora kubabwira ni uko mu buzima urukundo ruruta byose. Ni ukuvuga ngo urukundo rugufasha kwihangana.
She says as long as you truly love someone, do all what it takes and protect them, and do not listen to people who are not supporting you. She believes if you listen to such people, they might end up discouraging you, and if they discourage you, you start doubting someone you believed in. As someone who is disabled, there are challenges related to her disability, but adds, in this life, we all have our life challenges, even though we are not physically impaired. She thanks God for having given her a hardworking husband who says he came from heaven. She's happy and thankful that God gave her a suitable partner. Life in this village is difficult, and more difficult to this family, where the man is the only one who provides for the family. Console says a capital for them to start a small business would help and improve their life. If you want to help this couple to get a capital so as to change their life, click on the Giving Lives link found in description and pinned in top comments. Human beings are limited only by what we allow ourselves to be limited by. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.